all my girls with me.
Out towards Chloe Rolly, wonderful step from the Scotland international, gliding away, running away, sprinting away, stunning score!
Lewis on the wraparound. This might work out for Thompson. They're going to put a little bit more on it, and then they're over.
Large on the ball, lovely flighted pass, Tatiana Hurd with a straight line, streaking towards the try line in the opening minute. She spills away, dives over the line, wonderful fly from Tatiana Hurd.
Megan Goddard puts the afterburners on. Shot in Harris. 2-on-1 is Lydia Thompson. Oh no, you're not going to catch Lydia Thompson from there. Scott. Oh, it's intercepted by Emily Scarrett. They won't catch Emily Scarrett from there. The long legs just eating up the ground. Oh, Chloe Rowley's making her way back, but she won't catch her. Emily Scarrett has been on fire.
Carson again, she's having an absolute stormer of a second half. The Canadian international still going, gets the offload out. Lottie Clark bursts away from the tackles, gives it off. Carson again, looks on the outside, Packer for the hat-trick. What a score from Saracens. What a comeback.
Girls on my ground with me. All my girls with me. Ground with me.
Turnover by Malloy. And McDonald sets off. Claudia McDonald. Mack is back and in fine style. Oh, it's a fine strike. Marston controlling brilliantly. That Bristol pack going forward. It's a penalty try. Oh, now there's a gap. Burgess.
Ground with me. All my girls with me.
Good afternoon and welcome to Gloucester. It's a glorious day here and Gloucester-Hartpury are taking on Wasps in the penultimate round of the Allianz Premier 15's. It's a gorgeous day, the pitch is in fine form. I'm delighted to say I've been joined by Gloucester-Hartpury and Wales forward Kelsey Jones. Kelsey, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Big game in prospect today. What's your thoughts on the game?
Well, on a day like this, you can't really complain, can you? I think today is going to be a bit of fast rugby from both teams. I think what's exciting is we got like two mobile packs, so you know there's going to be a lot of running rugby. And whenever we come against Wasps, we know it's going to be a hard fight. You know, they got hard runners, they got pace out the back. But when we look at the Gloucester side as well, you know, I think we can match them with that today. So I think it's going to be a really good matchup. Exciting to watch. The
Gloucester-Hartpury backline, full of pace, unchanged from the last few games. How much are they going to influence the result today?
100%. You know, you got Rachel Lund in the midfield there. You know she's going to hit hard. You know she can carry. But what's exciting is that she got the handling skills as well. And you look at our wingers with Ellie and Kelly on their wings. That's just going to be an exciting matchup. So hopefully we can get the ball wide to them today, and then see what they can do on that pitch.
The Six Nations has somewhat altered both sides and the squads today, and there are a few reductions, yourself included. How much do you think that's going to play into the game?
I think it's just exciting. You know, this is the opportunity that where players get to have a chance to have a run out and get the ball in their hand and move it. So, you know, we've got some youngsters in the squad. We look at Gloucester, we got Cecilia coming in. She's in the Welsh squad, haven't had her opportunity yet. So exciting to see how she plays. Like I said, so many youngsters coming through this system. When we look at Hartpury, you know, coming through the systems, working their way up, and they honestly deserve the chance today. So it's going to be really exciting. And then with the Wasps team, they've been lucky enough. Flo has been released. Flo has been absolutely outstanding in the Welsh camp. So I'm really excited. She's one to watch for me today in that team. So I'm really excited to see how they get on with that.
Well, we had a chance to speak to the coaches earlier on. Here's what they had to say. Sean, you've got a pretty good track record against Wasps. You won 2 out of the last 3 times you guys have played. Think it's going to be another win today?
Oh, you know, it'll be a tough game. I'd love it to be another win. I just think we've got something to owe back to them. Just before Christmas, we played them last, and first 20 minutes they come out to the blocks and we didn't. So that's something that we're targeting today.
Despite the international call-ups and Six Nations going on at the moment, you've still got a really strong side. How does that influence the way you're going to play today?
Yeah, we've got a really strong back line. You know, the girls that we've got out there in the back line hasn't really changed that much. But, you know, we've been hit by unavailability and injuries with the forwards. Look, it's a great opportunity for some of these youngsters to have a run out. We've got 2 17-year-olds in there, which is great for the game, and also them getting exposure. So I think it just says that we will be looking to play an expansive game today, but we have to be physical in what we do.
This is, of course, the penultimate game of the season as well. On the 8th of May, you play Exeter Chiefs, who are 3 points and 1 place above you. A win today would put you level pegging with them, depending on their result this weekend. So, looking to jump one in the end at the table for the last game of the season.
Yeah, definite. You know, and for the last 3 games, that's all we've been talking about is control the controllables, and it's just focusing on us. And the target I set was 3 bonus point wins, and that's something that we've achieved massively. And now it's just about managing this game and Exeter home and Exeter away for that last game. So it is a big one, and we know what is on it.
This has been a COVID interrupted season as well, and you guys have progressed quite rapidly in the last few months. But how would you rate your season?
It's tough. The way I say it is 1 step forward, 2 steps back, really. But you know, I can't fault the girls to be the adapted way they have, you know, with their lives as working lives, and also adapting to the different restrictions we've got within the rugby. I can't applaud them enough. So it's been tough, but we're really enjoying it, and the environment's a good environment that we're in.
Sean, thanks very much for talking to us. All the best today.
Cheers. Guys.
Cheers. Giselle, penultimate game of the season, a big one against Gloucester-Hartpury. How are you feeling about it today?
Always exciting to play against Gloucester-Hartpury. It's always a very physical game, and especially down here. But the place is looking gorgeous. Conditions are fantastic, so hopefully we'll have a really good game ahead of us.
The last few games have been quite close between you two sides. You know, there's a few internationals out today. How does that affect preparations for both sides, do you think?
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously the whole league this week it's an interesting one because a lot of international players aren't available. But it's a massive opportunity for the rest of those in the squad, and I think it's very important for us as a coaching staff that we know that these games are coming up, that you look after all your players in the same way, and that you train hard with everyone, and that is the opportunity now for those players, for all the hard graft that they've been putting in all season, when they don't always get starting shirts, to get out there and make their case and prove me and others wrong that they should be starting, which is a fabulous opportunity for any player.
Conditions are pretty much perfect. It's, you know, beautiful day for spring running rugby. Can we expect to see a lot of attacking from both sides, do you think?
I think so. I think we might be slightly off our normal DNA in the sense that I think we might be a little bit more forward orientated today. But when the opportunities are right, then we're looking to move the ball. So, you know, Gloucester-Hartpury are very strong in their backs. They've got real pace out wide, so we've got to be very wary of that and deny those opportunities with them. And our pack is strong today, so we've got to make sure we utilise the strengths that we've got.
And I know you're a big fan of the temporary law changes as well. Do you think they're going to be a permanent fixture perhaps in this sort of level?
I doubt they'll be permanent as such, which is unfortunate in some ways, but I think there's some tweaks that need to be made anyway. But the skill set that's been developed because we haven't been on set piece all the time. Yes, you still need the scrum. The scrum is still a very important part of the game, and I'm not anti-scrum, but I am that we don't spend all the time setting up scrums or line-outs. And I think what's happened this season, the players are so much more skillful. The attacking opportunities, the tries that we're seeing scored are way better than they've ever been. And I know some people will disagree with me, but the attacking platforms that we've got, we've got a free kick, we've got to use it like a third set piece, and that's a coaching challenge as to how you do that well. But the girls have had more ball in hand. My forwards have played so much more running rugby, and I've loved every minute of it. And you know, the try counts are up, the offloads are up, and it's just fantastic to watch.
All the best today. Thanks very much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Al Pass Arena. It's the penultimate round of the Allianz Premier 15's. And Gloucester-Hartpury are taking on Wasps. Well, as we approach kickoff, it's beautiful blue skies here today in Gloucester. The track is looking fantastic. and Kelsey Jones is with me on commentary. Kelsey, well, you obviously know the home side very, very well. How do you rate their prospects today?
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, it's really, really exciting. You know, we've got the sun shining today, so I think we've said it a few times, coaches have said it, we know it's going to be an expansive game of rugby today, and I hope the Gloucester girls can just throw that ball about, get it to our wingers, and we'll see them scoring a lot of tries today, so I'm very excited to see that.
Well, let's take a look at the team sheets for both sides today. Well, a late change in the second row. It's not on your team sheet there. Shire Pinnock in number 5 is out with a last minute introduction of Cecilia Tuipulotu, the young 17-year-old coming off the bench to start in the second row with Catherine Buggy. No Captain Fantastic today. Zoe Oldcroft away on England duty. So the back row of Maisie Allen, Alicia Maud and Georgia Brock. It's an unchanged back line. Bianca Blackburn and Daisy Farhay, the halfbacks. Underwood and Smith on the wings, and Emma Singh, well, her kicking ability I'm sure will come into play today. Well, Wasps decimated perhaps in some aspects due to the international call-ups. But plenty of names to keep an eye out for. Craig Westermuir in the front row, Monaghan, Balogan in the second row, Mitchelson, Cabella and Miller Mills the back row. Nye and Flo Williams the halfbacks, centres of Helen Coe and Katie Older, Gemma Matthews and Ellie Boatman on the wings, and Katie Mason rounding off the starting 15 at fullback. Well, as you can see, Wasps lacking a couple of extra numbers due to the international call-ups, but it is that time of the season where injuries happen and bodies start to wear down just that little bit. As mentioned before, number 19 now, well, it would have been Cecilia Tuipulotu, but she is starting for Gloucester-Hartpury. Millie Wood back from a back injury. She was with us last time on commentary here at the Alpas Arena. Emma Mundy and Rebecca O'Loughlin as well come onto the bench for Gloucester-Hartpury. And here come Gloucester-Hartpury. Well, what a moment, hey, for Cecilia Tuipulotu to the starting lineup, Kelsey.
Yeah, it's really exciting. She had her first start a couple of weeks ago when we travelled up to DMP. She was in the number 8 position, so it's really exciting to see her in a different position today in that second row and see how she can change her game plan. And we know she's a really good ball carrier, so I hope she brings that to the game today.
Well, of course, due to the current circumstances, we will now observe a minute's silence as a mark of respect for His Royal Highness the Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. Well, a quick reverse of ends for the two sides. All silence around the Alpas Arena here at Hartpury University. Our officials for today then, Andy Wigley, the referee, with his assistants Lloyd Davis and Rich Waller. Perfect conditions, perfect spring rugby weather. Wasps will kick off from left to right here in the yellow and black strips. Gloucester-Hartpury in the distinctive cherry and white hoops. It's the penultimate round of the Allianz Premier 15's. And Flo Williams finally gets things underway here. Well, a bit of a knock-on from the kickoff by Rani Sanuda. And Wasps will get the free kick.
Yeah, I think she'll be a little bit disappointed with that one. First kick-off of the game and we've just knocked it on, so hopefully now we've got the first little cobweb out of the way and we can rebuild from here. That's a great carry from Hannah West there.
Wasps driving their way into the Gloucester-Hartpury 22. Lucy Knight feeding Williams, who looks to whip it out to Coe, and she rolls and bounces off the tackle. Offload going to ground, it's gone backwards, says the referee, and it looks as if that's a great steal, and a great steal indeed for Gloucester-Hartpury, as they look to try and play the ball out of their 22. Blackburn fires it back to Farhay, who sends that straight into touch just inside the halfway line, and a great clearance kick of almost 50 metres for Daisy Farhay.
Yeah, I think we've done really well then to turn that ball back over, compose ourselves and get that ball to Daisy, who we know have got a good boot just to get us out of that 22, so hopefully now we can build from here.
Well, a chance to see what Hannah West has got with the line-out ball. Well taken in the air, but unfortunately that is not straight, and a chance for Gloucester-Hartpury then to fire this one further downfield. Inside the opening 2 minutes here from the Alpas Arena. And well, we don't see them very often at the moment in the women's game, but Bianca Blackburn calling for the scrum on halfway.
Yeah, today, it's quite exciting actually. We've got a few new people in that scrum. Like I said, Cecilia coming into the second row, who normally plays back row. But I've just got to say, you look at the front, the props and our hookers for both teams. It's really exciting. This is going to be a really good matchup today. They're both very mobile packs, so this is going to be exciting off this scrum.
It's obviously been a difficult season for front row, but Wasps absolutely with the momentum that time. Miller Mills with the pick off the base. Down the right wing comes Mason. Mason just getting scragged by Ellie Underwood. West with the carry for Wasps. Nye gets it away to Miller Mills once again. Oh, loose ball. Well collected by Nye, and Williams does well to straighten things up. Wasps once again into contact, working their way over to the far touchline. Williams feeds the grubber through, and it goes out for the line out inside the Gloucester-Hartpury 22.
Yeah, I mentioned about Flo earlier on in our little interview. She's really been performing in the Welsh camp recently, so I'm really excited to see how she gets on today, and that's great vision already, getting that grubber through and putting the girls further down, camping in the Gloucester's 22.
Connie Powell at hooker for Gloucester-Hartpury today, captain. Well taken off the top by Maisie Allen. Trying to worm and inch their way out of the 22. Farhay and Blackburn just lining up the box kick. And Flo Williams can't quite control the high ball, and it's been knocked on, and Gloucester-Hartpury will have the free kick. Well, they wanted to take it quickly, didn't they? But just being slowed down slightly. Fahey with the crossfield kick, and it's being chased by Ellie Underwood. We know what pace she's got. Mason does well to clear up the loose ball for Wasps. Williams puts boot to ball. Out into touch on the halfway once again, and inside the opening 5 minutes here at the Al Pass Arena, there's been plenty of tactical kicking, hasn't there?
Definitely. I think it's going to be a battle of the halves this first half, isn't it? Who can inch their way up and get close to them try lines to get the first points. So I think we've got an interesting match on our hands today.
It's a bit like chess, isn't it, in these opening 5 minutes? Both sides not quite wanting to show their full hand, give too much space away to the opposition.
Yeah, definitely. Building into it. Oh, that's a great little line out. Oh.
Well, it's been knocked forward by Hannah West. And well, it's a penalty to Gloucester-Hartpury. And Daisy Fahey sends that one into touch, and Gloucester-Hartpury will have the line out on the 22.
Yeah, this is where I think Gloucester now need to keep that composure. We know Connie's got a great ball and she's a very good hooker, so hopefully she finds her player in the air and we could build on this to get over that line and score in the early phases. Great take by Georgia Brock in the air there.
Big carry. Rachel Lund trying to get towards the Wasps try line. Dissected the defence. Gloucester-Hartpury still going. Wasps just managing to get some defenders back now, but Gloucester-Hartpury working their way closer and closer to that try line. Brock again with the carry. The referee's taking a look. Gloucester-Hartpury think they've got it. He says it's held up. No, he says it's a try.
Penalty. I think it's a penalty back on the 5.
Well, a bit of confusion there.
Yeah.
I don't think Wasps or Gloucester-Hartpury knew what was going on. They've got the penalty. Brock with the carry once again.
This is where we need to keep our composure. Keep building those phases.
Using the forwards. Blackburn marshalling her troops. The referee has another look this time. Held up once again.
That's really good defence by the Wasps there, getting their forwards in the right places to make sure they're making them double hits and then getting under that ball when they're getting over that line. So great defence by Wasps.
Well, great option now from Gloucester-Hartpury, choosing the scrum, sucking in those defenders, hoping to get a bit more space out wide so they can try and finish it off.
Yeah, definitely. We've mentioned about Rachel Lund, and you've seen it there in a few phases ago, how she makes that impact and carrying that ball really hard. So I think she could be one to look out for in this next phase play.
She's been a real point of difference this season, hasn't she?
100%. She's made that impact and made that number 12 shirt hers her own.
Blackburn with the put in at the scrum. It's gone to ground and Wasps get the penalty.
They got to take big momentum from that, haven't they? Just been camped on their own 5 metre line, made really hard yards trying to keep them up over that line, and that just says it all. You know, the mindset of that going into that scrum, making sure they get that ball back. Absolutely great by the pack there.
Well, Williams with the clearance, but it's not gone into touch, and here comes a mazy run from Ellie Underwood. We've seen her score from this sort of distance before. Big fend as she works her way into the 22. Blackburn gets it away quickly as Fahey feeds to Ipolotu. She tries to get the offload away, and it's been intercepted by Boatman, the Wasps left wing. Wasps now trying to work their way out of their 22. Well, it's almost a good charge, but it was an excellent clearance in the end from Wasps, just to take a bit of a breather under a lot of heavy traffic from Gloucester-Hartpury.
Today is going to be a tough game. You know, we've got the sun shining, no breeze to cool us down at all. And today is really going to be a battle of the halves, like we've already mentioned. We know it's going to be physical, so it's going to be a really exciting match. And I think it's going to be who wants it most today about that mindset and who's going to just keep on going. So plenty of action here already.
Well, it was an interesting option from Gloucester-Hartpury to go for that scrum in front of the sticks. Wasps just got a bit more power that time, though.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is where they'll start problem solving now. See what's starting to work from them now. We've had the first, nearly 10 minutes of this match. So really allow them to just get into the flow of the games, and hopefully we'll see this knocked up another level.
It's interesting with the temporary law changes, isn't it, that the lack of scrummaging can sometimes mean you've got cold shoulders when you do get a scrum, and we're fortunate that we've had 2 inside 10 minutes here, but quite often the front row can just be a little bit cold going into that first hit.
Yeah, definitely. As a front rower myself, it's always like the nerves of that first one, but I think once you get one out the way, especially in games like this, you're not going to have many. Once that first one's out the way, hopefully now they can just build into this. I think they'll appreciate this little breather as well, considering the game now. We've already mentioned the laws changing a little bit. It's a lot faster flowing game, a lot more kicking, a lot more ball in hand. So exciting time. Nice for them to get a little breather already.
Yeah, it certainly helps on a warm day like this. We've had such cold weather recently, and it makes a big difference, doesn't it? I think we've got an injury substitution about to come on for Gloucester-Hartpury. Amber Robson taking to the field, and I think it's Eleanor Perry that has gone off.
I think it's Catherine Buggy. She was playing in the number 4 shirt today, or number 4. So I think Amber will be going on and possibly being an option in the row there. We've had a few dropouts and injuries, like we've mentioned, coming to the end of the season. So it'll be interesting to see what they do now.
Good attacking position though from Gloucester-Hartpury here, with the line out just outside the Wasps 22 on that far touchline. Well, it's an overthrow, but a chance perhaps just to be snatched upon, and it's a great take by Alicia Maud. Looking to get away with a quick ball. Fahey, looks to throw the pass, but eventually gets it to Sophie Tandy. Blackburn look to go for the snipe like all good scrum halves do, but can't quite get away from a Wasp shirt. First impact then for Amber Robson. We might have seen a bit of a break there, but Gloucester-Hartpury recycle possession. Tuipulotu finds her way into the Wasp 22. Tandy on the loose ball this time, shunted backwards. Big hits coming in from Wasps. Just look at that defensive line from the yellow shirts, just pushing the cherry and whites backwards at every opportunity. It's narrow at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going back and forth. You just never know what's going to happen next. We knew it was going to be a physical game today. Both packs love the contact area, and we know the backs are going to be flying around the place. But great line speed coming from those Gloucester players. That mentality to get off that line is really impressive right now. I think Gloucester are struggling to build phases here.
They've just been suffocated, aren't they? 3 shirts there. Monaghan coming in with the hit, really knocking that momentum for Gloucester-Hartpury. Blackburn tries the cheeky grubber. Monaghan comes away with it though this time.
They're space wide now.
Balogan takes it in this time. Over the top, out to the wing. Boatman hacks it forward and straight into touch. So we'll come back for a line out for Gloucester-Hartpury.
That was some great defence by Wasps and to get that ball back and play off it. A shame we got kicked in straight into touch there. It was exciting to see what they were going to build after that, but let's see if they can defend this line out and what happens next.
Really aggressive defending, isn't it, from Wasps? Like 3 defenders to 1 attacker, and Gloucester-Hartpury just struggling to get any space at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And a little overthrow there. Good pick-up and reaction by Rani at the back there, though.
Gloucester-Hartpury finally managed to get it away. Eleanor Perry in the midfield, going into contact. Emma Singh now, first involvement in this game. Singh managing to break away into the hands of Kelly Smith. We know what pace she's got. Good tackle though from Flo Williams, just to try and slow things down as the defence get behind the ball. Fahey has to go in on her own. Well supported in the end, and it's a penalty. It's frantic stuff at the moment, isn't it? Both sides throwing everything at it in defence.
Definitely, I don't feel like anyone's settled yet. Hopefully they'll just build into the game like we've mentioned, but that's a great kick down to the touch there. Let's see what we can build.
Yeah, Daisy Fahey didn't have much of an angle to make that, but really great precision.
Today is definitely going to be a game about who wants it more. You can see that already, that passion, the hits people are making back and forth, you know, the carries. This is going to be an exciting matchup.
Johnny Powell, today's captain for Gloucester-Hartpury, just having a word with the replacement Amber Robson. Saw a nice little move to the front earlier on, didn't we? But decides to go high this time. Just look at Wasps trying to drive it back. Gloucester-Hartpury do well to get to ground, and here comes Maud. Maud manages to make a metre or so. Allen this time, shunted backward once again. Fahey with the crossfield kick. Just a bit too much weight on it for Ellie Underwood. Nice idea, there wasn't much space under the advantage.
I think that's going to be the difference today. The teams are going to try more, try new things. You know, the space is there out wide for these wingers to really get their hands on the ball. So it's all going to be about who exploits that opportunity the quickest.
It was a nice idea, wasn't it? There was a bit of space there for Ellie Underwood.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the good knowledge that Daisy has as a 10, is that she knows if she's got a free play, she's able to try these new things and try the opportunities. So, you know, you're taking a bit of a risk, but you know, if it doesn't pull off, we can get that ball back, and exactly like we've done now, kicked it back into their 5, and hopefully we can build here and get over that line.
It's difficult trying to attack against a really dominant defence like Wasps are playing today. It's just suffocating, isn't it?
Definitely, and I've mentioned it before, that mindset that they've got. It's interesting to see when they have that ball in hand what they're going to do with that.
Gloucester-Hartpury with the driving maul, trying to work their way. They have the momentum. They've been over the line a couple of times already, but it's been held up. Blackburn looking to recycle it. Lund steps in with a carry. Bodies piling in from both sides. It's a loose ball, and Fahey now tries to play it wide. Tandy just didn't have enough space. It was a hot defence from Wasps. Well, the referee bringing it back for the penalty and having a quick word with Wasps. Guilty of a few infringements so close to their line. Much better drive from the maul though for Gloucester-Hartpury.
Definitely, 100%. They built that really, really well. And like we mentioned, Rachel Lund coming in there on the carries as well. That's what's really exciting about both teams as well. We've got players in their back. Like you look at both Rachel Lund for Gloucester-Hartpury and Kate Alder for Wasps. They're ready to get in there and act as a forward. And that 100% in games like this, it's going to be so physical just to get over that line. It's great that we got that power out the backs as well. Really big matchup.
Fahey taking the quick tap. I think half of the players on the pitch thought they might go for the line out, but Gloucester-Hartpury with Allen inching her way closer. Blackburn tries to get the fast ball away. It's flat. Singh into the hands of Underwood, and Underwood dots over in the corner for the first try of the game.
That was great vision by Gloucester just to get that ball wide. You see Daisy, we know she's got the skill set in that number 10 shirt. Quick miss pass to Emma Singh, who just does a quick little offload to score in the corner.
Well, they worked it well. It was quick ball. It was flat, and the defence was coming up so rapidly there wasn't much time to get the ball away. But you do not stop Ellie Underwood from that far out.
Absolutely great try.
Well, the ball falls to the ever-reliable Emma Singh, and she's great off the tee. Her success rate must be well over 80%. But it's a great asset to have to keep the scoreboard ticking along.
100%. She works so hard on it, and that is really one thing that Emma Singh has, is her goal kicking is outstanding.
It was great perseverance as well from Gloucester-Hartpury, wasn't it? Just to keep going, because the defence was being brutal at times, and in the end they just managed to find a bit of space out wide to get that opening score of the game.
Definitely, you know, you could see them building the phases, and it's all about using, you know, your mentality, thinking about what's the best thing to do. And as we've mentioned, they're flying off that line and they've got such an aggressive defence. If you just get that ball wide, you know, the space is then. Well done to Gloucester for exploiting that.
Singh, well, it didn't quite come off her boot cleanly. So unfortunately, no conversion for Emma Singh this time. But a commentator's curse perhaps, we bigged her up way too much maybe, but we do know she's got a rocket right boot.
It was bound to happen at some point, wasn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately so for Emma Singh. Gloucester-Hartpury then, 20 minutes into this game, leading 5-0. Wasps, well, despite their promising opening 5 or 10 minutes, really been pinned back deep in their 22 by Gloucester-Hartpury, and it's going to be a real battle. Both sides just taking a bit of a breather and getting some water on with a bit of an injury. Just how important, Kelsey, are these water breaks at the moment?
Oh gosh, 100%. We've mentioned it, obviously, with less scrums, with less breaks. Any opportunity we want to get that water on days like this as well, such a sunny day. Yeah, any opportunity, we'll be grateful for that. Just to, you know, recollect as a group, get your thoughts out, what's going well, what can we improve on, 2 little pointers on what we're going to do next. Yeah, and just get that breather, get the water on. It'll be exciting to see how Wasps respond now in this next 5 minutes.
Well, they've shown a lot of aggression. They've just not had as much ball, perhaps, as Gloucester-Hartpury to really turn that aggressive defence into an aggressive attack, have they?
Definitely. No, but it's going to be exciting when they get their hands on their ball and what they can do. Great carry there.
But it was well taken this time from the restart. No knock-ons from Gloucester-Hartpury. Bianca Blackburn lines up the box kick and it goes straight into touch, so it will be a line out to Wasps, 30 metres out from the Gloucester-Hartpury try line.
Yeah, I think this will be Wasps' opportunity now, see what they can do in this line out. You know, we've got the likes of Harriet Miller-Mills out there, turned 30 yesterday. See if she carries off there. We know she's strong, we know they got the big ball carriers, so it'll be interesting to see what they do off this.
We've not seen enough of them out wide yet, have they? But when they get the ball moving, they can do some damage. And unfortunately, the line out, well, it's a chance for Gloucester-Hartpury now to have a throw-in of their own.
Yeah, that's a shame for Wasps in such a clinical opportunity attacking area there. But like we've mentioned, Gloucester now got the opportunity to clear this out.
Well, with the backs Gloucester-Hartpury have got, you'd expect them to perhaps run it, but a bit of a knock-on from Maisie Allen. Didn't quite manage to get hold of it from the line out, so it falls back to Wasps. Huge carry coming in. Flo Williams feeding Helen Coe. Balogan does well to take it with one hand. Such a strong ball carrier, so difficult to stop. Older, the captain, tries to find some space in the 5-metre channel. Nye gets it to Moore. And it is a penalty to Wasps.
So it'll be interesting to see if they go for the line out, which I think Flo Williams has just got the ball in her hand there to get ready to kick it out.
Well, with their strong forward pack, you'd expect them to set up a very powerful driving maul from this sort of angle.
Yeah, definitely. From the last line out, obviously they wouldn't have been able to drive with the new laws, but now they're in that 22. This is really going to be a clinical opportunity for them to set up that maul, and like you say, they're so powerful. It's going to be a good matchup to see how Gloucester-Hartpury can respond to this.
Hannah West with the line-out ball, picks out Christiana Balogan, and here comes the Wasps train marching down into the 5-metre channel. Gloucester-Hartpury trying to stop the momentum, and Wasps have gone over for their first score of the game. And I think that is Elizabeth Craik who gets up with the ball. Just what Wasps needed.
Yeah, you could see that power straight away as soon as they set that maul up. Good new driving hard over that line. Really good ball handling at the back, and as soon as they see that line, just diving straight over. Great score there for Wasps.
It was indeed Elizabeth Craik for Wasps, and it's just the return they needed. And we mentioned that they hadn't had much ball in an attacking position, and a penalty from Gloucester-Hartpury just needlessly giving it away. Easy attacking position when you've got a pack like Wasps.
Yeah, definitely. I think discipline is one of the biggest things, isn't it, that can, win or cost you the game if you've got to be clinical in your discipline. Because like we mentioned, it just gives that opportunity for teams to get further and further down, and unlucky there, Flo just pulled it across the posts.
Yeah, didn't make the best connection with that, but had the distance, and bit of a thumbs up from Flo Williams as well to the travelling Wasps side. And 5-5 then as we approach the final 10 minutes of the half. Fahe sends that one long into the 22, and it's bouncing and bubbling, and it's somehow ended its way into touch. Well, it was a bit of basketball there on the touchline from Wasps, and what an opportunity for Gloucester-Hartpury, because they will have a line out 5 metres out, straight back at your Wasps.
Yeah, definitely. Now is their opportunity to respond straight away and get those points back on the board ticking over.
Well, this is the time to be accurate, isn't it? Well read by Wasps, though. Great take off the top. They've done excellent in the line out so far, just to match Gloucester-Hartpury at every turn.
Yeah, they're reading it really, really well, and especially when it matters.
Flo Williams sends it high and into touch, but Gloucester-Hartpury will have another shot at the line out inside the 22.
Yeah, hopefully we can right some wrongs here. Make sure we get that nice clean ball in. Our jumpers get the ball to hand, and hopefully we can set up a driving maul and power our way over.
It's just great reading, really, isn't it, from Wasps? Not necessarily Gloucester-Hartpury doing anything wrong. It's taken off the top, and Gloucester-Hartpury trying to find some momentum. They have possession, well taken off the deck, almost off the shins, and the referee bringing it back for the penalty. Blackburn takes it quick. Fahe, show and go into the hands of London. We know how well she can hit defences in attack. Samuda with the carry. It's narrow from Gloucester-Hartpury. The captain, Connie Powell, takes it in. Still going off the deck into the hands of Tandy. Every time they take the ball into contact, there's 3 or 4 yellow shirts as Fahe tries to send it out wide. Singh getting wrapped up by Boatman. Slow ball this time then. Connie Powell fronts up into contact. Samuda still going and rolls into the 5-metre channel. Perry this time. Better patience from Gloucester-Hartpury now as Blackburn tries to find a space, and Blackburn slides in. A second score of the game for Gloucester-Hartpury.
Oh, she's dangerous in that position, isn't she? Sniping and go in there. Bianca Blackburn, she loves it. You've got to really be switched on in them A's and B's positions in them guards. That's a shame. Hannah West was ready to get off the line there, so she just missed the little snipe. And brilliant for Bianca to get over that line.
Well, it was great vision from Bianca Blackburn. Not much space out on the pitches there at the moment. There's just a yellow shirt everywhere they look, and a bit of a show and go, a bit of a step from Bianca Blackburn at scrum half, and it puts Gloucester-Hartpury back in front here at the Allianz Arena.
Wasps are not making it easy, are they? They are fronting up, especially on that 5 metre line.
It is brutal out there, isn't it?
Definitely.
The hits that are coming in from both sides, very, very physical.
Definitely, you can feel it, you can see it. It's a great matchup today.
Well, Emma Singh off the upright. Not often you see miss 2 in a row. Gloucester-Hartpury still leading 10 points to 5. Wasps, well, they're making it difficult, aren't they? It's a great matchup.
Yeah, definitely making it difficult, but this is the game I love to watch, you know. Both teams fronted up, both teams wanting it, and I've mentioned it before, it is who's going to want this most today. It's going to be a very interesting match.
Williams sends it long this time, and Lund tries to get that bouncing ball. She's knocked it back into the in-goal area. It does well to work her way back to the field of play.
Yeah, 5 minutes left in this half. It's going to be interesting to see how Gloucester keep their composure here.
The pitch is just that bit further, isn't it? We've had some good weather. The track here at the Allianz Arena just starting to firm up a little bit.
Oh, Wasps turn it over. Great turnover.
The referee playing advantage, and free kick. It's not the sort of field position you want to give away, is it? 7 minutes from half time.
Yeah, definitely not. And we've mentioned it, you know, we know they're going to carry hard. All front three. Hannah West there putting her hand up, getting ready to catch that ball. And we know what they can do with Maud outside of her as well.
Williams into the hands of Kabea. Older tries to go round the outside, put some pace on the ball. Good tempo change from Wasps. Here comes the try scorer, Elizabeth Craig. Mitchelson this time.
Wasps are great with that latch, just powering each other over that gain line, making little yards each time.
Momentum still with Wasps, just inching their way closer. Big Bosch coming in, Farhay does well to try and slow it down, but Wasps throwing the bodies in here. Ball finally goes to ground. They have numbers over on the far touchline if they can get it into space. They don't need it. They've crashed over. Great response from Wasps. One for you, one for me so far in this game.
Definitely, this is a great matchup. You can see the power coming from both backs and the forwards, just helping each other out, you know, getting them latches on and driving each other over that line. And we know that's what Wasps can do, so that's a great try.
Well, difficult to see who got the ball over the line. But it's all level here at the Allianz Arena. A chance then for Flo Williams to put Wasps in front for the first time this game. Well, not quite accurate enough for Flo Williams. She had more than enough distance. So we're all square here then. Ten apiece. And it is exactly like we said earlier on, chess at the moment.
Back and forth, isn't it, at the minute?
A lot of physicality out on that pitch. Just having a bit of a pause in play while our referee Andy Wigley has a word with the Wasp physios. Hannah West just receiving a bit of treatment, coming back into shot now. And Daisy Farhay gets the restart underway. Well taken by Wasps, straightening things up for a point of attack. Williams back in the pocket. First chance then for Gloucester-Hartpury to counter-attack. Farhay choosing to bit of kick tennis herself. It's just edgy stuff, isn't it, really? Neither side wanting to expose themselves too much, and Gloucester-Hartpury get the free kick.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what we do off this one again. We've had a little bit of difference each time. Kick to the touch, a scrum being called, so...
Well, they try the half crossfield kick, half kick deep. It's been collected by Mason, who fires it into touch, and Gloucester-Hartpury will have a line out on the 22.
Yeah, another great attacking opportunity here. I think we're just outside the 22, so we won't be able to drive here, but it'll be interesting to see if we can get that ball to our backs. You know, Kelly's on that far wing, and we know what she can do when she's got some space, so...
Another steal at the line out from Wasps, causing a lot of trouble in that area of play at the moment. It's more Muir who sets things up, trying to drive their way out of the 22. Miller Mills this time. Williams puts boot to ball once again. Well, it was passed back into the 22, so we're bringing it back for the line out to Gloucester-Hartpury.
Here we go, and now what are we going to do? Another exciting opportunity.
Just need to find a bit more accuracy, don't they?
Yeah, in all fairness to Wasps, they are reading that line out brilliantly, and these 50-50s, they seem to be winning, but Rachel Lund there with a pick-up.
Into the hands of Tandy, and Tandy crashes it up in front of the post. Farhay can't quite get the ball away. There was space out wide. Gloucester-Hartpury had numbers, but it was great rush defence from Wasps.
Yeah, again, they're getting off that line on. They're really putting pressure onto the Gloucester team here. These double hits coming in really, really hard, really high.
Wasps just sending Gloucester-Hartpury back at every opportunity, making it so difficult for the first receiver as Connie Powell takes it into contact. Loose ball, finally picked up, and Farhay gives it to Tuapolotu. Tuapolotu had a bit of space. Sophie Tandy with the support, gets it into the hands of Kelly Smith, who's off the right wing. Gloucester-Hartpury inching their way closer. Blackburn with the slow ball to Samuda. It's been stolen, and Wasps might be away down the left wing. It is frantic, isn't it?
It is. It doesn't seem like anyone's settled yet.
What a chance missed in that corner for Gloucester-Hartpury.
Yeah, that's
right
such a shame.
On the cusp of half-time.
But again, we've got to mention this defence from Wasps. Oh, and another turnover for Gloucester here now. What can they do?
Lund trying to get away. It's been picked up by Underwood. Underwood just being wrapped up by the Wasps defence. Blackburn. Tuapolotu gives the tips away into the hands of Allen. And Gloucester-Hartpury bundled into touch.
Oh, that was a really great opportunity. We mentioned it already, but they're going back and forth, back and forth. You can see both defences wanting to get their hands on that ball, and we just turned that over, I think, twice in the space of 2 minutes. So they're eager. You can see the fight. You can see us there.
I don't know how the players feel, but it's fatiguing to watch, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, definitely. Especially with this sun on us now. What a beautiful day for some rugby.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better day, could you? This is excellent conditions. It's something like 12 or 13 degrees here in Gloucester. Not scorching, not like some of the temperatures we had 4 weeks ago or so, but it is lovely conditions to play in. Not too hot, not too cold, bit of sunshine, no breeze.
Definitely can't complain.
Players just having a bit of a water break on the cusp of half-time, which just sneaking a few extra half-time minutes, I think.
Yeah. And what a first half it's been.
Well, scores on the board then. 10 apiece. And that is pretty much a fair reflection of where we've been at. Territory-wise, it's been all Gloucester-Hartpury, but Wasps really showing a lot of fight in defence and excellent line-out ball from Balogan. And it's been fired into touch by Flo Williams, and apparently we've got just enough time for the line out. What Gloucester-Hartpury really want to do here is set it out wide to Kelly Smith and get a run in at the corner, because that would be the perfect way to end the half, but perhaps Wasps will have something to say about that.
Definitely line out time again, and we know how good they are. Oh, and a missed opportunity there. But again, picked up by the front row, Hannah West, who's eager to get her hands on that ball, make good yards there to get Wasps in a great position.
It was a good idea at the line out, wasn't it? But just timing wise, not perfect, as Flo Williams tries to get Older away, and Older's good with the ball in hand. Older once again tries the bit of a snipe. It's been knocked forward, and Gloucester-Hartpury have the free kick. Bianca Williams and Katie Farhay just trying to set up as Maud carries into contact. All with the forwards at the moment, making great yards. Blackburn with a snipe, but Wasps don't let her have any space this time, and they've turned this one over.
Again, back and forth, both eager to get that ball. Great carry there by Sadia Kadea.
Nye with the box kick. It's fallen into the hands of Underwood. There's a bit of space in front of her. She weaves away into the midfield. Kelly Smith going backwards. Kelly Smith still going backwards. She's going across. She might have a bit of space out wide. Well wrapped up though by Boatman. Blackburn not having any mess, not dealing with this nonsense, and gets it into touch for half-time. Well, it's frantic, isn't it, Kelsey? It's edgy, it's end-to-end. Neither side really grasping the game, but it's just what we want, isn't it?
Definitely. What a great game of rugby to watch. It's exciting. We never know what's going to happen next, but got to put it out there. We've said Gloucester's had a lot of that possession, but what a great defence by Wasps. Just getting off that line and, you know, suffocating them in that attack. You know, second to none, and as soon as they get that turnover, they're looking to move it and get it wide. We've mentioned, you know, Ellie Boatman there, who just chased down Kelly. Absolutely outstanding efforts, and if we can get the ball to Ellie Boatman, it'll be interesting to see what she can do in that attacking side as well.
Well, 10 apiece at half-time then here at the Al Pass Arena. Let's take a look at the highlights so far. Well, it was tough stuff, really, for Gloucester-Hartpury to get the score underway. They tried to work it through the forwards, but in the end it was the ever-reliable Ellie Underwood who went over in the corner, and it might have been the backs that finished it off, but it was the forwards that did all the damage to get the ball out there.
Definitely, as a front rower, I like to think we do all the hard work and then just let the backs finish it off and get all the glory.
Best way to do, isn't it?
Yeah. Nah, great work. And again, this try was absolutely outstanding by the Wasps. You know, disciplined by Gloucester, let them get in that position, and they took full advantage of it like we expected them to do. We mentioned about the forwards, you know, having that power to drive over that line, and they've done exactly what we thought they would do. Absolutely great setup there. Great power to get over that line.
It's the line out where Wasps have really caused havoc and made a lot of opportunity for themselves, but this was a bit of genius at scrum half by Bianca Blackburn.
Yeah, I think she identified, you know, like we've mentioned, they're flying off that line, wanting to make big hits, and I think she just took full opportunity and full advantage of that line flying off the line, and just seen that little gap open, and over the line she goes. That's why she's so dangerous in that position. Just
a bit of a miscommunication from Wasps in defence, and a bit of class from Bianca Blackburn. That put them back in front. But it was the forwards really for Wasps that got them back level.
Yeah, we've spoke about how powerful they are, and we know their game plan. They like to latch and they like to drive over that line, and it really does work for them. Really, really powerful carriers, and they got what they deserved in that piece.
Well, there's nothing between the two sides at half-time. Perfect conditions here at the Al Pass Arena. Both sides giving everything. And it's just what you expect at sort of the tail end of a season. A few errors, a lot of running rugby, and the heat and the hard pitches, certainly.
I think it'll be interesting to see how they both come out firing the blocks in the next 10 minutes of the second half. You know, Gloucester, like we've mentioned, have had such good possession, but now it's being clinical on how we keep ball. It'll be interesting to see what they do about the line-outs, if we go to line-outs, or whether they're just going to try and kick that ball long on attack and play the ball in hand. On the flip side, we've got obviously Wasps that haven't had much possession, but when they have had it, they've made good use of it and got them tries. So I think for Wasps, they'll just be keeping that possession, not letting the Gloucester get their hands on that ball. You know, we've got Georgia Brock and a few of the girls in that back line that like to get their hands over it. So I think it's going to be clinical for them to work together as their threes, as that pod, and making sure they seal that ball over to allow the backs to play.
Well, there's nothing to separate them at half-time here. Gloucester-Hartpury 10, Wasps 10 in the Allianz Premier 15's penultimate round. And we'll be back with the second half after this.
And so the season changes. This is where we play. The red tinge of fading leaves and the tingle of wearing red. The shiver of hopes relit. Warmth on cold days, bitten by frost, burning in the heat. The tingle of red and the tangle of red. The confusion of it all. The simplicity of it all. This is home.
Start celebrations.
Family feel that you get from being here.
Hartpury life, it doesn't stand still.
They do really look at you as an individual rather than just a person in a massive population.
There's so many options open to you. It is amazing the fact that you're immersed in such a diverse campus.
You meet like-minded people that really want to be in the same industry. It's really specialist, it has the facilities that are just not similar to any other universities.
It's a really friendly, relaxed atmosphere. It's such a nice place to be.
No matter where you're from, no matter what background, whatever, you always feel as if you fit in.
Well, Gloucester-Hartpury not resting on their laurels, already out on the field of play, ready for this second 35. And Kelsey, it's a frantic first half, wasn't it? But plenty to look forward to in the second. And for your girls, what do you think they've got to do to take control of the game?
Well, the word you just said, control. It is really about controlling that ball. We need to compose ourselves a little bit. And it is all about just holding on to that ball. We can't give away possession easy. We can't let them get over ball. We can't let them get the turnovers. And one thing we can't do is do our own errors that give them the ball back. So I think the team talk would have been a lot about just keeping that possession and working hard on building the phases and getting our way down into their 22. And when we are there, trying to be clinical, coming away with points.
And the line-out's been a bit of an area of difficulty in the game so far for Gloucester-Hartpury. Wasps have had great success there themselves in this game, defensively and from an attacking point of view. But what have your girls got to do to try and control that area of the field a bit more?
Yeah, definitely. You know, a line-out is, like, we call it the queen of the game. Our scrums are, you know, a king, and our line-out's a queen. And if that's not going to plan, then we are really going to struggle to get on that front foot. But I think, you know, Connie would have had a chat with our girls, you know, see what's actually going wrong, whether it's the throw. You know, there's so many elements to that line out. Is it the jumper? Is it the lifter? So I think they would have had a good chat about what's going on there. Are the right calls being made? Because we've seen when we went to the back ball and Georgia Brock went up, we got the ball quite cleanly. So is it we look more to go to the back until they start marking there? So a lot of problem solving would have been done with our forwards. And hopefully now we can see what they've put into practice here in the second half.
Oh, Daisy Fahey lining up the restart already. You just sense there's a lot of rugby still to be played and quite a few tries still out on the field. We've had 4 in this game already, 2 apiece, no conversions. Yeah, as Flo Williams sends it back down the throat of Ellie Underwood, and Emma Singh looks to have a bit of a run herself. Singh still going. Singh has some space and she needs some support. This is a great start by Gloucester-Hartpury. Blackburn gets it out to Fahey, and Lund tries to straighten things up. Wasps trying to cause some mayhem at the breakdown, but it's back with Blackburn. Singh out into the hands of Tuipulotu, and Underwood
Out wide, getting driven backwards. Charging up through Perry. It's been lost forward, and Wasps will have the free kick, and those are the sort of errors that both sides could do without.
Yeah, definitely. We've mentioned it, you know, little errors that's just not going to plan, and we can't afford to give them, especially as we're in that 22 there, we can't give them the ball back. We've got to be clinical there. So a shame, but hopefully we can rebuild now and get back down into their 22.
But that's the sort of damage the Gloucester-Hartpury back three can do in a bit of broken field play.
Definitely. All of them got so much pace, and they work so well together to look for that space and support each other. It's a shame no one was on Emersing's shoulder there to just have a little pop off and a big carry, but absolutely outstanding vision by her to break that line.
Wasps with the line out inaccuracy for the first time in this game. They managed to get possession, and here they go through Miller Mills, and well, I think it's actually Craig, the try scorer, still going a great run. Not often props see that much space in front of them. And
yeah, and we mentioned it there, you know, Georgia Brock is so clinical over that ball. Any opportunity she gets to get her hands on it, she will. And that's the damage we can do. But now we need to build. And oh, great carry there by Connie Powell as well. But looking after that ball is going to be so important for us now.
Tandy fires this one over to Underwood. Can't quite get the space in that 5 metre channel. Lost ball at the breakdown. It's been snatched back by Wasps.
Yeah, I think it'll be important for the Wasps players now to just, like that, Sadiq Abeya making big carries, gain yards, and the space is opening up here for Ellie Boatman, but they've gone for the kick.
Back with Fahe, who sends it long and straight down the throat of Katie Mason. Williams with the clearance back. It's aerial ping pong once again. Chance for Emma Singh to have a mazy run again. She steps, she swerves, she finds some space. She's got some support to her left. A flurry of cherry and white shirts looking for the pass and find their way into the 22. Blackburn to Connie Powell. Connie Powell with another strong run. Good tackle by her opposite number, Hannah West. And they have the penalty. Wasps penalised once again at the breakdown. And our referee Andy Wigley just having a word with Kate Alder.
Yeah, that's a really good defence again by Wasps, but they've got to be a little bit more disciplined in this area. There's a few times now that they've given away a penalty when they're in their own 22, and it looks like we've pointed to the posts here to go for the points. So this will be good to get the points taken over for us and just get that little bit ahead.
Well, it's a good option, isn't it? Keep the scoreboard ticking over. Another 3 points, regain the lead, and it's just what you need at the start of the second half.
Yeah, definitely. I think as we build into the second half, both teams just need to take a bit of ownership and look after that ball. You know, we win games by keeping that ball in hand, and unfortunately for both teams it's gone back and forth a little bit too much. So hopefully now both teams can keep that possession and they can build the phases, because that's how they're going to score.
And already you can see the game breaking up, can't you? Those two long range counter-attacks from Emma Singh just showing what Gloucester-Hartpury have got in their locker and made a real difference.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we know she can find that space, and it was great that time that Connie Powell was on her shoulder just to do a big carry. Connie's such a great attacking player. We've missed her a lot this season, being in the same position as me. You know, she's a very good attacking player, and I think we've missed that a little bit.
Emma Singh makes no mistakes this time, straight through the uprights. So Gloucester-Hartpury regain the lead here with the penalty from Emma Singh at the start of the second half. Flo Williams sends it long, and excellent take by Eleanor Parry over her head. Blackburn just slowing things down as
Farhay lines up the clearance, and it's well taken by Gemma Matthews, and Matthews, first time we've really seen her in this game, does well to set up a point of attack. Kabea charging forward, well tackled by Samuda. Williams to Older, the captain. Wasps work their way across field nicely. We've mentioned it before, Kelsey, but not seen too many phases of attack from Wasps in this game. They've looked dangerous when they've had the ball, they've just not had enough of it.
Definitely, but here, this is some good play by them. Those forwards making the hard carries, but commentators' case again, they've turned it over. Gloucester, really good work.
Well, it was a huge clearance from Emma Singh, and it's 2 Wasp shirts with 4 cherry and whites in front of them. Look at Boatman go, though. Boatman on a counter-attack of her own from deep. Boatman's still going.
Definitely, I mentioned it earlier on, she is really, really good in that attack and key for finding space, so great little run out by her to get the Wasps back on the front foot.
Older tries to bounce off a few tackles, but finally sent backwards by Underwood.
And another turnover there by Rani Samuda, absolutely brilliant. Again, possession is absolutely key in this game, and right now I think that we're taking a little bit advantage of it, both teams, so hopefully now build the phases, keep hold of that ball and really work hard. Spaces out wide here, great run there by Sophie Tandy running short.
Took a big hit but still managed to make a metre. Singh with the step, gets the ball out to Kelly Smith. Kelly Smith with the chip forward into the hands of Matthews, who sends it long herself, and Farhay has to backtrack here. She's got nobody else with her at home. Cool and composed, but the ball's still in play, and it's back to Boatman, who has clear track in front of her. Does a chip herself. There's nobody back at home for Gloucester-Hartpury. Boatman might collect this. Boatman is going to go in for the score.
What an absolutely brilliant individual try that was. Again, seeing the space, she knows she's got the pace to get there. Little chip over the top, and outstanding little pick up there to dive over the line.
Well, we said you could tell the game was breaking up at the start of this second half, and that try from Ellie Boatman was testament just to that. Look at the bounce of the ball, pops up perfectly. There's nothing Emma Singh can do, and you don't stop Ellie Boatman from that far out.
No, definitely not. These big 1%ers in these games are going to make the difference, I think. Who wants it more? Who's going to try new things? Who's going to, get the ball wide? Such an exciting second half on our hands today.
It's this sort of time of the year, isn't it, when the pitches get a bit firmer and the weather gets a bit warmer. Tracking back and getting back behind the ball just becomes a bit more difficult, doesn't it? The lungs start hurting that bit more at the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, we've got to mention as well, Gemma Matthews giving a kick and finding that space, making Daisy, chase back, just allowed Ellie Boatman to be in that right place at the right time to catch that ball. And like we said, just identified the space and took full advantage of it.
Well, Williams gets the conversion, and Wasps are back in front. What a start to this second half. It's a challenge to know which way it's going to go.
Yeah, definitely. Great take there by Maud, making them precious yards again, getting themselves out of their own 22.
Already at the start of this second half, we've seen some great work from the front 5 in the loose. Well, Gloucester-Hartpury offside, and Wasps will get the penalty.
Yeah, discipline again. We don't want to give them easy outs to kick that ball down further down that line, because we know they've got a great attacking line out, and we know they've got hard runners and great backs to off the back of it, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here.
You get a sense the side that just reduces those sloppy errors, those needless errors, is the side that will come away with a win today. It's going to be close no matter what, but if they can just minimise those needless errors, there's going to be a big difference in the scoreline.
Yeah, discipline errors is what's going to win or lose the game for these teams. Oh, missed clearance there by Flo, that's unlucky. Emma Singh on the end of it, giving it to Farhay, who just kicks it downfield. great take there. Exciting to see what they can do on the counter-attack. Back in Flo Williams' hands. Great feet. And again, looking after that ball.
Wasps then in the midfield, inside the Gloucester half. It's been picked up by the Cherry and Whites, though, as another error, another change of hands, a change of possession, as the forwards try and march their way forward. Farhay gets it out to Lund, who has a lot of work to do. She's well wrapped up by Helen Coe, her opposite number. Great offload, and in the loose once again it's Connie Powell, but the referee brings that back for the forward pass, and Wasps will have the free kick.
Yeah, that's such a shame. You can see the attacking opportunities now coming for both teams. It's just, can they be clinical and, you know, get them opportunities to take advantage of them. We've seen Connie Powell and what she's like in broken play and attacking. That was a great offload by Georgia Brock there, but unlucky it's just gone slightly forward.
It's frustrating, isn't it, for both sides, because neither one of them's really taking control of the game.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's going to be about. You know, whoever takes control of this game the quickest now is probably who we're going to see being the winners today. So it's exciting to see what teams can do, and a great break there.
Craig with the break gets the offload away, and Wasps are now into that Gloucester-Hartpury 22. They have some space over on this near touchline, but it's an interception. The referee, though, bringing it back for the penalty. Alicia Moore just thought she'd got open field in front of her.
Yeah, again, see a great defence, but it's our discipline. There's little things that's letting us down. And Wasps just got to keep hold of that ball, got to look after it, and got to be clinical in this area. With a penalty now, it's be interesting. I think they're going to go for posts again, get them points ticking over. I think the kicks are what's going to make the difference of this game, you know, making sure we get them little points ahead. So nice little option there for Flo to get her hands on the ball and just hopefully get this through the posts.
Well, just keep the scoreboard ticking over. It would put Wasps a converted try in front.
Yep.
Just enough to keep edging the scoreboard away as we approach the final 20 minutes of this game. And Flo Williams does the job. Wasps extend their lead from the penalty. Momentum just changing constantly, isn't it?
Yeah, Millie Wood coming on for Sophie Tandy there. Sophie's been absolutely brilliant, making those hard lines off Rachel Lund, you know. Great, powerful players in the midfield, but Millie's been out with an injury, so it's exciting to see what she can bring off this bench now and bring the impact that we need.
Wasps clean from the restart, try to run it out of their 22. It's been, yeah, straight out into touch.
Yeah, unlucky there. I was going to say again, just passed back into the 22 again, and Flo Williams has just kicked it straight onto the touch, so that's unlucky there for them. But puts, again, Gloucester in a great position, just inside that 22 where we can drive if we want it to be that option. So exciting to see if we can control this now and come away with some points being in their 22.
To the back, it's overthrown, just misses the hands of Georgia Brock, and Wasps get away with it. Older out to Boatman. Boatman to Matthews, and the wingers linking up nicely for Wasps. Lucy Nye marshalling her forwards. Huge hit coming in from Connie Powell, just putting a lot of effort in. Here come Wasps on a long range run. Wasps through Harriet Miller-Mills.
Absolutely great pace on her there as a back rower. Outstanding work.
But it is a knock-on from Wasps. Again, another unforced error, and Gloucester-Hartpury get a free kick.
Yeah, it's frustrating to see, isn't it? Like, again, they're just so frantic, and I'm not sure why. They just are not keeping possession of that ball, and this is for both teams, you know, it's going back and forth. someone needs to start taking control. We need to build the phases, and people need to start coming away with points here. We're giving the ball away way too easy for both sides. But we got to mention that run, from Harriet Miller-Mills, absolutely outstanding. Just seen the gap, and you could see her picking those knees up, you know, running with pace into them open fields. So outstanding vision by her again.
Just showing her class, and she 51 England caps, and a rampaging run from the midfield from Harriet Miller-Mills, doing some damage here at the Al Pass Arena.
Yeah, definitely. And I think she's a key player for them, you know, in attack and defence. She's ready to put her body on the line to make those big hits, but also moments like that where it's important we need to make a line break. You know, you can count on her to pick that ball up and just go for it. Really, really impressive.
Well, another substitution then for Gloucester-Hartpury. Jodie Williams coming on for Rani Samuda. Gloucester-Hartpury, a bit of an advantage on the bench, a couple of extra substitutions today.
Yeah, that's really, really exciting. You know, we've got some really good girls coming off on the bench. We've already seen Amber Robson come on early, and now another prop with Jodie Williams. You know, it's really, really exciting to see them getting opportunities and getting more game time. So it's exciting to see what they can bring to the game now. We know Jodie will carry hard, a big carrier, and will put dominant hits in. So hopefully she'll help control that game in different areas.
A bit of a pause in play while I think Emma Singh just getting a bit of treatment.
Yeah, I think she was the one that made that tackle there on Harriet Miller-Mills. I think it was her arm she hurt a little bit, so hopefully that will all be fine.
Acting as a bit of a speed bump, wasn't she, really? Tackler come speed bump, I think.
Definitely. Great run there.
Farhate sends it long from the free kick. Flo Williams is there to clean that one up, and it's back with Farhate, and Singh lining up again. Another mazy run. Sees a wall of yellow shirts, gets the offload away. Great pick up off the knees for Kelly Smith. Millie Wood into contact.
Again, great line speed there from Ellie Boatman, getting off that line and sending them backwards. Gloucester just checking themselves and having to cut inside every now and then, but space is on wide here. If only the ball would go to hand, we've got a real opportunity, and again it's been turned over. Ref bringing it back, just a slight knock on there in the play by one of the Wasps players.
Well, there's so many missed opportunities in this game, isn't there?
Oh, it is. They're leaving so much out on the field, and I'm hoping, you know, in these last, 20 minutes or so, like, they capitalise on these moments. And we've mentioned it, and we keep mentioning it. They're going to be the key differences to who's going to win this game.
Well, from the free kick, it goes into the 22, and Boatman tries to run it back. Well tackled by Maud, and it looks as if it's been stolen.
Yeah, again, Georgia Brock over that ball. She's absolutely outstanding. I think she's got the highest rate for us throughout all the games, so she's really put her mark on that.
Farhate out to London. Lund going on her own at the moment. Takes two to bring her down, and it's been stolen by Wasps, and it's hacked away by Hannah West, the hooker. And what an unbelievable kick from Hannah West as it bounces into touch inside the Wasps half.
That's just showing her class, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant rugby player. She can do it all. She can carry, she can kick. You just can't take it away from her. That was absolutely brilliant little clearance kick there. And again, turning the ball over. We keep mentioning it. They've just got to control that game. They've got to keep their hands on that ball.
Well, it's either side's game, isn't it, at the moment? And for the first time in a while in this game, it's gone back to Gloucester-Hartpury, but it's been snatched on by Christiana Balogan. She's having a great game as Miller-Mills looks for another mazy run. Was still going forward here. Finding some space out wide this time. Balogan with the carry. Nye. Older tries to get the loose pass away. Boatman steps inside and finally brought down by Lund with a big hit from the Gloucester-Hartpury inside centre. Older, the captain, on her own this time.
I think we can see now Wasps starting to build those phases, really getting into the flow of the game. and this is what it's all about. They need to keep control. Really good at getting them tips away, making big carries, and then the space is just going to open up for these wingers just to get into the space.
Great hands by Cabell. Looks as if she might have lost that one forward, but still with Wasps. Williams out to Mason. Mason to Boatman. Comes off Boatman and into touch. Well marshalled by Kelly Smith on the right wing.
Yeah, you can see the defence from Gloucester now just wanting to get off that line as well, and again making Wasps step in, and that just takes them away from their support players, and that's where the turnover balls are coming from. So I think, you know, they need to regather as a group, both teams, and this is an opportunity now for Gloucester to regather them thoughts and really sort their line out.
Substitution then for Wasps. Morgan Ransley coming on the field. Christiana Belogan making way for her as a great line-out really finds its mark for Wasps on the edge of the Gloucester-Hartpury 22. Bit of a high pass from Nye, but Williams does well to collect it. Hannah Edwards with the carry, another replacement for Wasps. Here they go again. Through the forwards once more. Williams out to Mason, who grubbers that one through. Good option. Singh under a lot of pressure. Underwood held up in the contact, but finally goes to ground. And it looks as if it might be stolen. Penalty though to Gloucester-Hartpury.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, was the kick the right option there? You know, she did find a bit of space, then Emma Singh was there to pick it up. Not sure we would have been better just to go through the hands there, build the phases, because as soon as Wasps get into that 22 and they get those latches, you know, we've seen already one try what they can do, so...
Yeah, Wasps were retaining the possession quite well there. They looked quite comfortable, didn't they? And it's back with Wasps in the counter as Matthews feeds Boatman, and Boatman is smashed in the contact by Millie Wood, and it looks as if Gloucester might have stolen it. Kelly Smith picks it up off the deck. Lund around the outside. Rachel Lund might be able to go in all the way here, down the right wing. Rachel Lund in for the score for Gloucester-Hartpury. And that is a big moment in this game.
Definitely, I mentioned, you know, what impact Millie can bring, and that's exactly it. Making that hit, getting back up onto her feet straight away, and making sure she gets her hands on that ball. An absolutely brilliant vision there to put Rachel Lund into space. And I've mentioned it before, we know what Lund can do in a bit of space, even when she doesn't have space. So that was an absolute brilliant try there.
Well, we said how well the forwards have done in this game, but it was the backs, wasn't it? Millie Wood at outside centre with a huge hit. Kelly Smith picked it up off the deck, got the offload away to Rachel Lund, and Lund, well, she looked as if she was being well chased by Monaghan, but really showed the wheels and the strength to finish it off.
Yeah, really, really good finish there by Rachel Lund.
It's a great pick up off the deck, wasn't it, by Kelly Smith? Sensed there was something on out wide. And Rachel Lund down the outside, and all credit to Sam Monaghan. That chase almost looks as if she might have got a hand to it.
Yeah, really, really good effort there. Well, these are the moments that count, isn't it? 2 points in it now. Emma Singh again with a trusty boot.
And I think Millie Wood will be keeping that hit for a show reel. Here comes the boom, because that was a great, great tackle. Momentum shifter.
Yeah, definitely 100%. She'll be mentioning that one again, I'm sure.
Emma Singh then to level the score at the Al Pas Arena. Straight through the uprights. All square here then. Gloucester-Hartpury 20, Wasps 20. And we're in for a fantastic final 10 minutes or so here.
Now we've got a game on our hands. How are Wasps going to respond to this? And how are Gloucester going to keep their momentum now? Hopefully from that try and rebuild again to try and get another one.
It's the sort of finish we were after, wasn't it? Level score going into the final 10 minutes. That was a real momentum changer for Gloucester-Hartpury with that try from Rachel Lund.
Definitely, 100%.
Kelly Smith, well taken from the restart, and here comes the try scorer, Rachel Lunn, just straightening things up and creating a platform. Well, from great success, a little bit of an error.
Yeah, unlucky little knock on there by Daisy Farhay just on the clearance kick. She'll be disappointed with that one, but this is where now the opportunity comes. The defence has got to be on it. But on the flip side, it's going to be exciting to see what these forwards can do with the Wasps team.
Rachel Lunn just getting a bit of treatment there. Took a bit of a clattering to the face.
It'll be interesting to see if someone now is going to take control of this game, like we've mentioned. 10 minutes left of this game, all even. It's going to be very, very exciting.
Well, it was like it in the Worcester Warriors game, wasn't it, here? Last home game for Gloucester-Hartpury. It came down to the wire.
I think we could have a similar situation here with us today.
Wasps.
This is where they're dangerous. They're getting the latch on the big ball carriers and just driving them an extra few yards. It's really, really important that they work together on these latches.
Wasps with the momentum going through a forward pod. Gloucester-Hartpury doing well to slow it down for now. Wasps still going forward.
Oh, brilliant leg drive there. Get those couple of metres just off the try line.
Williams with the show and go, takes it into contact. Gloucester-Hartpury just trying to nudge this one backwards. It's still with Wasps. And Gloucester-Hartpury, well, they get the free kick on their own 5-metre line.
Yeah, that was unlucky there. I think it was Hannah West that done a really big ball carry getting in, but the defence from Gloucester there on their own try line. It must be that half. As soon as they're defending on that 5-metre line up there, there's just a different animal, a different game, isn't there? Really, really fierce.
Well, they had the free kick. They couldn't kick it into touch. Fired. Well, chose not to kick it into touch. Daisy Farhay is Wasps now down the right wing. Older, well tackled.
Yeah, Wasps got advantage there. I think the tackle was just a little bit high. So let's see what they can do and create here. They've got an opportunity to try something. And they pulled back for the penalty.
Well, high tackle from Gloucester-Hartpury and just gives Wasps a chance to kick for the corner.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Flo Williams has done there. Got the ball in her hands and gone straight for that corner. We've seen once already what they can do. So it's going to be interesting now to see if they can redo that again.
Well, here come the reinforcements for Gloucester-Hartpury into the final 10 minutes, and Sophie Bridger coming on at fly half, and Rebecca O'Loughlin, Welsh international, coming on for Emma Singh, who looks in a bit of discomfort with her arm. Line out for Wasps then, on the 5-metre line. Taken on the top by Sadia Kabeya, and Wasps love a driving maul. They have the momentum, marching this one forward through the forwards. It's with Craik at the back, crashing forward through West this time, and Hannah West with the score for Wasps.
Oh, absolute great power there. You could see the height on the maul, driving that maul over. Hannah West at the back, she started it off with the throw and finished it off at the back of that maul, getting over that line. Absolutely brilliant power.
They tried to get underneath it, but you can't stop Hannah West from that far out. And it's Wasps back in the lead with 7 minutes or so left to play. And Flo Williams and her kicking ability, and how much do you think she's going to get this one over to extend the lead even more?
No, she works on it so much, as long as the pressure doesn't get to her, she's in the lead here. I think she'll be able to get this one over.
Well, just pulls it wide.
Yeah,
and it's only a 5-point difference going into the final 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's a shame. They'd want to get them extra 2 points just to get ahead, you know, make Gloucester work hard to try and get a score close to the post. We'd have an easier kick there. So now it's only 1 try in it, 5 minutes left. Let's see what Gloucester can do here on the kickoff.
Bridger with the restart. As Wasps try and power their way out of their half. They've got the lead. And if they want to hold on to it in this game, they need to keep that error count down as the loose pass falls to Lund and the referee blows his whistle for the free kick to Wasps.
Yeah, that was unlucky there again, isn't it? We can't afford, especially in the midfield here, to allow them to get these little opportunities. Oh, and unfortunately it's just changed into a penalty. The person who picked it up was off from an offside position, so they've got the penalty here. It'll be interesting to see if they create something, or whether they go for the kick, go for the corner again.
Well, Flo Williams is going to stick this one as far down the field as she can. Doesn't get as much distance as she would perhaps like, but it's a line out to Wasps. 30 metres out from the Gloucester-Hartpury try line.
Yeah, again, a great attacking position, and obviously we've seen what they can do with the driving maul, but unfortunately we're just outside that 22, so they won't be able to drive this one. So it'll be interesting to see what they create off this, whether they're going to give it to the backs. Nice out wide to Ellie Boatman and see what she can do. Their line out has been functioning really, really well, especially in these key opportunities. And again, a great take there and passed out to Flo Williams.
Does well to take it over her head as Older crashes it up. Lund with another big tackle. She's been so strong defensively today. Wasps working it out wide. And it's a penalty to Gloucester-Hartpury just when they need it.
Again, an opportunity missed there for Wasps, wasn't it? Little errors that's just letting them down in these clinical moments.
Well, you could hear the cheers from the sidelines, couldn't you? Gloucester-Hartpury delighted with that one. It's a big finish here at the Al Pass Arena.
Yeah, definitely. We've got an opportunity now to get back down into their half and really build the phases. If they need to take control of the game at any point, now's their opportunity, you know. Get this opportunity, build the phases, and let's work our way over that line.
Perfect time for a water break.
Yeah. Yeah, water breaks are so important in these games.
Just the right timing to get a bit of a message on as well. Keep your composure, stay cool, ice cool.
Yeah, that'd be a good opportunity for coaches just to get the little input in, see what they think's working for us and maybe what we can improve on. But I'm pretty sure a message is going to be to just keep hold of that ball, keep hold of it, you know, starve Wasps of any possibility of having that ball and making sure we keep it, build the phases and work our way over that line. We mentioned that our subs changed a little bit as Cecilia came into the starting lineup, so I think a few of the shirts are different numbers. It's Emma Mundy that is on the pitch right now, and I can see Rebecca O'Loughlin ready to make her debut, warming up on the side, so it'll be very interesting to see if she gets on that pitch and what she can do for her first Prem opportunity.
Well, Mundy with a big clearance off the left boot. Almost found its way into touch, but it was well taken. Very flat pass from Williams as Wasps try and power their way upfield.
A few laughs coming out there. Maud had a little trip. She tends to do one in every game and she tends to laugh at herself about her as well, so I'm sure there'll be a clip of that on Instagram later.
Cabea had a great game so far for Wasps. Another strong carry from her. Gloucester-Hartpury just sending them backwards.
Yeah, this is really good defence by Gloucester. Really hard work.
Wasps had the numbers towards this near touchline, but couldn't quite get it into the space. Still choosing the short side. Well grubbered through. Really great take. And here come Gloucester-Hartpury, the offload off the deck. I think it was knocked backwards by a Wasp's hand. Kelly Smith does well to pounce on the loose ball. Blackburn, as Mundy gets held up.
Yeah, the space is there to be taken on the widest if they can get that ball there to Ellie Underwood. Big carry there by Jodie Williams in the centre of the midfield.
Slow ball this time as it goes through Morden.
Oh, unlucky there, just a forward pass. Again, giving possession away in these key moments.
It must be so frustrating for the players on the pitch.
Definitely.
These
it's
unforced errors.
Yeah, just these little opportunities that we're creating, and then unlucky that we're just giving a little error away and giving the ball straight back to Wasps.
And if you're Wasps, you're just going to slow this right down, aren't you?
Definitely. It's all about being tactical now, isn't it? Last few minutes of the game.
Well, the time is off, and Gloucester-Hartpury about to make a couple of substitutions of their own.
What a game it's been, isn't it? What a matchup, back and forth. Great watch today to watch this rugby. Yeah, we said it was going to be expansive. You know, they are trying to move that ball. It's just now being clinical to finish these last few minutes of the game, but really good game to watch.
It's been tough, hasn't it? 20 points to 25, still with time on the clock, and it's not over until that whistle is blown, and there's opportunities for both sides here to get back in front or extend the lead as Wasps power through with Hannah West.
Great feat there by Sadia just to get on that inside and make them extra couple of yards, and that's going to be the difference, making these little yards.
Knocked forward though by Wasps, and we might be in for another big finish as Connie Powell, the captain, takes the quick tap. Well, the referee just saying they weren't back 10 metres, so bringing it back. Wasn't happy with a quick tap.
Yeah, with the new law changes, obviously normally that would be a scrum, so it gets slowed right down. So I think the refs would just like to slow them ones down a little bit and act as if it was a scrum scenario.
Rampaging run from Jodie Williams, but it's been stolen by Wasps, and they have space on this near touchline. Here comes Monaghan. Monaghan gets it away. And it is a penalty this time to Gloucester-Hartpury. You can't keep track of the changes in possession. Connie Powell allowed to go quick this time.
It is, it's going back and forth and back and forth.
Into contact. They just need to be patient, and Jodie Williams with another offload. Here comes Robson. Robson still going. Amber Robson needs some support. Well tackled in the 22. Gloucester-Hartpury have numbers over, but they have the penalty now. And there is a card coming for Wasps. They're taking it quickly, the referee not having it. The Simbin player not yet leaving the field. We can't quite work out who that is that has been Simbin. It is Gemma Matthews for Wasps.
Yeah, again, they've given away a few too many penalties when they're in that own 22, haven't they? And great vision there by Gloucester, taking the quick taps, getting themselves down that field and putting themselves in a great position now to try and finish off this game.
It's the front row club, isn't it?
Definitely, they're showing off today, aren't they?
Big time. Great run from Amber Robson. And the backs couldn't get with her. She was moving that quickly.
Yeah, you know, that's what's good now. We're looking to move that ball. We want to move that ball, change the point of contact, you know. And I think it was actually Connie to El Perry to then Amber Robertson, and you know, just that link up, really working well together as a unit there, and just gaining them precious yards. And again, to get that penalty now right in front of the posts, it'll be interesting. But I think we're going to want the win here.
Well, if they're patient, there will be space out wide. Wasps are now short of their right winger. And if it's Ellie Underwood versus open track, you'd suspect Ellie Underwood would go for a second score of the game. It's a quick tack taken by Gloucester-Hartpury.
Now we need to build phases, keep possession, make the defence work hard, and hopefully as long as we're disciplined.
Blackburn to Perry, and Perry does well to make half a metre or so.
Oh, we got the advantage again. Ref with his arm up. It'll be interesting to see what opportunities there are now. You can see Kelly Smith with the arms. Oh, crossfield kick was on then.
Blackburn takes it quickly. Gloucester-Hartpury just being shunted backwards. It was a great tackle by Cabella.
Yeah, great defence again, getting off that line. They've got to really build here, Gloucester now. Keep hold of that ball. Use the phases.
Huge hit coming in from Wasps.
Again, advantage though. The ref got his arm out again.
Williams marching forward. It looks as if they might be over. Held up for the third time in this game. 3 scores gone missing for Gloucester-Hartpury. Held up over the line. The replacements having a real impact here at Allianz Arena.
Oh, 100%. We needed that direct carrying, didn't we? And Jodie Williams has brought that today. As soon as she's off the bench, she's got her hands on the ball and she's making precious yards. Again, the ref having a chat to captain Kate Alder there about the discipline. Another penalty we've been brought back to.
That's been a few times in the game. That's why they're down to 14. He's asked Kate Alder to have a word with her team, and they need to keep their discipline, don't they, Wasps? Because this is a win on the cards that they might throw away here.
Yeah, definitely, and especially in these, key positions. Great carry there by Connie Powell, getting her body height low and getting through the legs, making good yards. Oh, and a turnover there by Kate Alder.
Boatman hacks it into touch, but it will be a 5-metre line out. That is full time.
Well, what a game that was.
Well,
lucky there, not for Gloucester not to finish that off, wasn't it?
How did Wasps steal that back? Where did that come from? On their own try line at the death, down to 14 players, and Wasps have come away with the victory here at the Allianz Arena. Gloucester-Hartpury 20, Wasps 25. There's almost a subdued silence in shock from Gloucester-Hartpury. They can't quite believe it was so close yet so far. They had the lead so many times in this game, but it was agonisingly close and just what we wanted here.
Yeah, definitely. Kate Alder, she likes to make them important markers on the pitch, doesn't she? And she came away with the ball then, got the ball to the winger who just shunted it out, and game over. Such a shame for Gloucester that they couldn't finish there with another score.
It was a captain fantastic moment from Kate Alder, and well, there's a lot to chew through from today's game. This Emma Singh's penalty at the start of the second half. Ellie Boatman's score, a great counter-attack, chipped through, did well to collect the bounce on this firm pitch, and she wasn't going to be stopped under the post. Flo Williams got the conversion.
Yeah, it's an outstanding bit of individual play, wasn't it? Seen the space, like we said, that chip over the top and no one at home in the backfield. And we mentioned Emma saying nothing she could do there. The luck of the bounce for Ellie Boatman straight up into her hands, and a great individual try to finish that in between the posts.
This a huge hit from Millie Wood. Bit of a game-changing moment.
100%, and to get back up, get the ball back, quick pick up by Kelly, sees the space and just put Rachel Lunt right in the sweet spot there to get around Harriet Miller-Mills.
There was so much work to do, wasn't there, and just agonisingly close defensively for Harriet Miller-Mills, and Rachel Lunt did an excellent job to finish it off. She worked so hard for that one.
Yeah, outstanding try. Great work for the backs there.
Right. Emma Singh converted it to make the scores level, but it was
Hannah West.
Hannah West who got the score and had the final say on the try line.
Yeah, some outstanding tries today. Really worked hard for it, and we knew it was going to be a physical matchup, and I think they put a good show on today for us. Absolutely outstanding for both teams. I think it was just the clinical errors that let each team down, really, and just that possession of the ball.
It's fascinating the amount of unforced errors from both sides. You get it at this time of the season, don't you, when the bodies are tired and lungs are hurting, but just end-to-end frantic stuff in the end.
Yeah, it just seemed like no one could take control of that game. No one could get their hands on it and slow it down when they needed to. And I think we talk a lot about tempo, but actually tempo is taking control of it, whether you want to play slow, playing on your terms. I just don't think either team got that today.
Well, a great performance in the Allianz Premier 15's. Gloucester-Hartpury 20, Wasps 25. It is full time here from the Al Pass Arena. Kelsey, thanks very much for joining us in commentary. Excellent debut for you here in the box.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been brilliant.
Well, one game to go on the 8th of May. Wasps taking on Bristol Bears at home, and Gloucester-Hartpury travel to Exeter Chiefs. That's all from the Al Pass Arena today. Thanks very much for watching. Good night.
Rock with me, all my girls with me.
Out towards Chloe Rolly, wonderful step from the Scotland international, gliding away, running away, sprinting away, stunning score!
Lewis on the wraparound. This might work out for Thompson. They're going to put a little bit more on it, and then they're over.
Large on the ball, lovely flighted pass, Tatiana Hearn with a straight line, streaking towards the try line in the opening minute, she spills away, dives over the line, wonderful fly from Tatiana Hearn.
Megan Gunner puts the afterburners on. Shot in Harris. 2-on-1 is Lydia Thompson. Oh no, you're not going to catch Lydia Thompson from there. Scott. Oh, it's intercepted by Emily Scarrett. They won't catch Emily Scarrett from there. The long legs just eating up the ground. Oh, Chloe Rowley's making her way back, but she won't catch her. Emily Scarrett has been on fire.
Carson again, she's having an absolute stormer of a second half. The Canadian international still going, gets the offload out. Lottie Clark bursts away from the tackles, gives it off. Carson again, looks on the outside, Packer for the hat-trick. What a score from Saracens. What a comeback.
Someone rock with me, all my girls with me. Rock with me.
Turnover by Malloy. And McDonald sets off. Claudia McDonald. Mack is back, and in fine style. Oh, it's a fine strike. Marston controlling brilliantly. That Bristol pack going forward. It's a penalty try. Oh, now there's a gap. Burgess.
Rock with me, all my girls with me.